Good morning guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be going through my morning skincare routine with you, like everything. So I haven't actually washed my face yet this morning. This is my morning skin waking up, like after doing my night treatment last night, which I will go through on another day with you. But I just want to talk to you about my morning routine. Now there are like certain things that I swear by. I will not do anything other than this just because it's worked for me for the longest time. I did go through this little blip of trying something different, and for a very short minute it was feeling good to me, and I think I may have even said on a couple of my other videos on my other channel like, oh my god, this is really working for me. But very quickly I realized that it wasn't working because I was doing things that I saw online and I fell victim to it. Like I personally fell for some of the BS that you see on Instagram. Like I think it's not that I just randomly fell for it. I think I've just been like struggling with my skin for quite a while, and I just saw some kind of like people saying that, you know, don't wash your face in the morning, like just use a toner to cleanse and then carry on as normal. So I tried that, and oh my god, eventually I was like, I have like blackheads galore all over. I could not believe it, and I only actually saw them if you use a magnifying like mirror, and I was shocked. And I was like, I don't usually get this. So I went immediately back to what I was doing, and I'm so happy with it. And it's worked for me for the longest time. I don't know why I was even trying something new, but yeah, that's what I'm going to show you today. Exactly how I keep my skin clear and what I do in the morning so that it preps and it's prepped and ready for makeup. So first off, I need to wash my face. Now I'm gonna go grab some of the bits that I use and then show you what I do and how I wash my face. So bear with me for a second. So I actually have two different face washes. Now my morning face wash is different to my evening face wash, and I'm going to explain that now and why it is. So I use the CosRx Salicylic Acid Daily Gentle Cleanser, and I use this in the mornings, and it's quite a gentle cleanser. It really does foam up, and it's actually quite affordable. It's not an expensive brand, but it's simple products. It's a Korean brand, so you are getting like the best of everything, and it's not packed with anything bad. Now in the morning I use that with my Foreo Luna, and I absolutely love this, and I swear by it. I have two of these, the same way I have two different cleansers. I have two different Lunas. So this is actually for sensitive skin, so it's a lot softer for the skin because I don't want to aggravate my skin in the mornings. So that's why I use this and this. In the evenings I use a different Luna. I use the one for combination skin, and that's a little bit more tougher than this, and I feel like it's really good for obviously at the end of the day because I would have taken my makeup off and I just need that extra bit of exfoliation. So I feel like that paired with my night face wash, which is the Kiehl's Blue Herbal face wash, works really well for me. So I've just figured out this routine and I'm so happy with it, and I've been doing it for the longest time now, and I'm really happy, and that's why I wanted to share it with you. So let's get on with this. I'm going to wash my face. I'm going to go wet my face, and then I'm going to apply this so that you can see exactly like what I do, how long I spend on it, and how to actually use the Foreo Luna. Okay, so my face is wet. Hopefully you can see. Now what I do is I get this and I put a little bit on here, right? Then I press that and it starts. I don't know if you can hear it, but it starts to kind of buzz. And this is where I spread this all over my wet face. See it lathering up? And I go in circular movements. Honestly, you need to do this with a slow movement, but realistically, I'm not that slow with it because I haven't got all day. Do you know what I mean? Like I can't spend that much time just washing my face. So this is what I'm doing. I go along and I work along the jawline all the way across first. And then I do take it underneath as well. I go around there. And then I make sure I really go in like circular movements around the nose. And I just get up as close as I can, but I don't go onto the eye area. And then I go around here. I should have really put a headband on. I usually do. I don't know why I didn't. And then I go over the brows. Super important. Make sure you do that. Right, I'm going to go wash this off now. You can wait until this buzzes, but honestly, I feel like you're going to be there forever. I'm keeping it real with you. I do kind of like stop it myself. But yeah, that's all I do. Let me go wash this off and I'll be back. Okay, so I've got my little disposable towel here. I'm just gonna dry my face. So these towels are actually really good. I can't remember the brand of them. It begins with B, I think, Bambino or something like that. I'll try and find out and put it on the screen. I don't know if it is available everywhere. I think it might just be a local brand, but they're really good because I can just use it and throw it away, and I know I'm not getting bacteria back and forth from a towel or anything. So yeah, I basically dry off my face, and then this is when I go into my other products. So I usually let this settle down for a little bit, so I don't want it to still be like damp. Like obviously if you clean it with a towel, immediately after, your skin is still going to be a little bit damp, and what you want is for it to just dry down a little bit more, not immediately rush into the products that you're going to be applying. So let me grab my products. Okay, so I first tone my skin now. Now this is where I'm going to use a toner which has lactic acid in here. Lactic acid is a gentle exfoliator, so what that does is it basically helps to get rid of the dead skin on top. So it's a very gentle exfoliator. So I use the Royal Fern Phytoactive Skin Perfecting Essence, and it's not a toner which focuses on the fact that it has lactic acid in there, but it does have lactic acid as one of the ingredients. So I'm going to just go ahead and apply a little bit of this to my cotton pad, and I then go over my skin. I really do make sure I go around the nose area because that's kind of like where I feel I would if I do get blackheads, but very rarely. Okay. That's the next step. Again, I let this dry down because that's really important before you move into the next step. So you really want this to kind of like just settle down into your skin. A mistake that I see people making all the time is rushing on to the next step before they've even allowed the previous product to settle down into the skin. So it's really important that you do like give it some time, because if you want your skin to be in the best possible quality and texture as possible, then you need to look after it. Like you need to make sure that you give it that extra bit of time, and you're going to thank yourself in the long run, because I feel like we are all very quick to kind of jump to these products and say, oh, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, but we don't actually use them right, to be honest. Like I can feel that this is settled down now. All that time I've been talking, it's kind of calmed down, it's on my skin, it's really, my skin's kind of absorbed it, so I can move on to the next step. And what I do is I move on to my Dalba UV Essence Waterfall SPF, which is SPF 50. It's my sunscreen. I absolutely love this SPF because it doesn't leave a white cast, and it protects my skin, and it sits really well under makeup as well. I know that this is quite a kind of, I would say, a subject which a lot of people tend to get wrong is where do you apply your sunscreen? Now, your sunscreen needs to be applied underneath your moisturizer. So you want it on your skin as close as possible to your skin. Now this isn't just me saying it, this is a dermatologist saying it. So my whole routine has been prepped and put together by a very well-known successful dermatologist. So I'm on a whole skin plan with her, and she's been like looking after my skin. So I'm going to go ahead and put this. I put a really decent amount on, by the way, guys, because you really want, see that? You really want this to like protect your skin, especially if you're going to be out and about, even if you're not, because you still can damage your skin through windows and everything. So this is going to settle down now, so I'm going to give it a little bit of time. Now what I like about this SPF is that when it does settle down onto the skin, it's not greasy. I do feel like it's there, but it's definitely not greasy. As you can see, no white cast, and I do feel like it kind of is, it doesn't do anything negative to my skin, because I know some SPFs, they're great at protecting your skin, but at the same time, they're not exactly the best when it comes to like just not annoying your skin, so to speak. So like sometimes with certain SPFs, I feel like I'll end up like, you know, it just doesn't match well with my skin, and I can feel that my skin isn't liking it. It's kind of rejecting it a bit. Whereas with this, I feel like my skin's really fully embraced it, and I really do love it. It is really good for sensitive skin, this one. So you might want to head on and get none of that came out right. You might want to head on and get yours. Everything is in the description, so I'm going to put all the links down there for you, so head on over and click on them. This is actually a 50ml one, and it is vegan, by the way, so I don't know if any of you vegans out there are interested in vegan sunscreen. That's for you. Okay, so I try and give my skin enough time as possible to settle down with this on it before I move into my moisturizer. So what I generally tend to do next is put my eye cream on. Now, currently I'm using, during the day only, my MAC Hyper Real Serumizer Eye Treatment. Now, this basically has Japanese peony extract, it has vitamin C and niacinamide and peptides. So I'm gonna just go ahead and apply this. And this has been working really well on my skin. I really do like it. And if you've been watching me on my other channel for quite a while, then you know I had been using the Drunk Elephant eye creams for the longest time and they just never run out. Finally, I get to try a new eye cream and I just don't want to go back to the Drunk Elephant because I feel like it was good, but it wasn't so like, I did love the way that it felt more than the results, if that makes sense. So I do feel like it just was an amazing formula and texture for my skin. It just felt so good, but I do feel like, you know, it wasn't like eradicating my dark circles or anything. So this is how I put my eye cream on. I'm literally putting it on exactly how I usually do. There you go. And I let that kind of like settle down. And by now, I'm good to go with my moisturizer. So this is where I move in with my daytime moisturizer, which is my P-Calm Keto Cream. I'm sure that's how you say it. So this is a Korean brand again, and this is a really clean product. So it's a well-known brand for problematic skin. So if you suffer from sensitive skin, it's gonna be really good for you too. It's a really basic moisturizer, no fragrance, no scent. There's nothing crazy in here. It protects the skin damaged by external stimuli and creates an environment for healthy skin. So this has, let's see, it's got a whole load of ingredients in here, which are all kind of like, you know, your usual kind of Korean ingredients. There's too many for me to go through. So that's how much I put on my hand. Just that much, that's it. And I then usually just kind of like do this. I haven't used my gua sha for a while, to be honest. I should really, but I just haven't had time, to be honest. That is my moisturizer. So that is my full skincare routine. I feel like I've got a hair on me somewhere here. Yeah. I'm probably going to see it in the video when I edit this. That's my full skincare routine. So this is basically what I do. My next step is usually I move straight into like my makeup. So I do leave it a little while. So like now I would go and put my primer on and then carry on with my makeup, which by the way, you are going to get a get ready with me video very soon. This is basically my whole routine. Let me know if you have any other questions. I do have a different nighttime routine. So my nighttime routine changes throughout the week because I use tretinoin and I'm using the 0.05%. So it's not a very strong percentage, but it's been a game changer for my skin. I don't know if you can really tell, but my skin has improved drastically with the tretinoin. And what's amazing is it's so cheap here in Dubai to get it. It's literally like, I've seen these videos of people coming from the US to come and like when they come to Dubai and they stock up on tretinoin because it's just so cheap here. But it is an amazing product. You really need to make sure you do speak to a dermatologist before using it. It isn't something you should just go out and get and use without understanding it. It is something you need to gradually build into, like build up basically. Like I had to start on once a week. I then had to move up after like 4 or 5 weeks. I moved up to twice a week, and then after 6 weeks I moved up to 3 times a week. I'm now currently on 4 times a week. So you've got to be careful with how you use it. You need to know what you're doing with it. Yeah, so make sure you do speak to a dermatologist, but I actually use different products at night. This is just my morning range. I don't use any of this in the evening other than my Royal Fern lactic acid toner, my phytoactive skin perfecting essence. I use that morning and night. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you so that you guys know exactly what my routine is. If you want to see my nighttime routine, comment in the comments below and I will try and get that together for you. But other than that, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I'll see you on the next one.